Hello there everybody, welcome back to the YouTube channel of JJ Prime Reviews. So today, I'm going to bring in more Dinobots from the Power of the Primes toy line. And here we have Power of the Primes Deluxe class, Dinobot Swoop, the pterodactyl himself. So let's get down to the review table and see what the big deal is for this little figure. So let's get it on, man, let's go! And here is Swoop himself, fully transformed into his Dino mode, which is actually a pterodactyl or pteranodon, whatever you want to call it. It's the flying Dinobot. It's the flying dinosaur. Okay, it's the flying dinosaur. Anyway, so with all these Power of the Primes figures, you get a collector's card, and he does come with his card. So you get the Dinobot Swoop, you got the Prime symbol, which is Liege Maximo, got the Power of the Primes logo right there, you got his Dino mode all there, and you got to see all the Prime symbols just hanging around him. And you come to the back here, he is Liege Maximo Swoop, charms his way into or out of any situation. Sure. So that is pretty much it for the card itself. So here is Swoop in his Dino mode, looking pretty nice. Very nice and G1-y, I do quite like it. So you can see the head sculpt right there, got nice detail, nice paintwork, got silver paint on the sides right here. Got the red for the horn, which is nice, got the Autobot symbol, tampographed right on top of the head. Got red for the eyes, got the translucent plastic with the gold behind it, which is nice. You got a bit of red paint on this lower beak right there, which is pretty cool. Really nicely done really nicely done Dino mode, really looks pretty good. Yeah, and his little feet, you know, the claws are done in silver, which is nice. Got a little red there, and this came undone, unfortunately. And yeah, you got some green right there, that's more for robot mode. Got some reds right here, got some blacks. So yeah, he's definitely nicely detailed, nicely painted all around. Really nicely done, I do quite like it. One of the best Power of the Primes Dinobots that I've ever gotten, so yeah. Anyway, yeah, still looks really nice. Now, his articulation in Dino mode, you can actually move these little claws right here if you want to on this soft ratchet hinge. And you can actually flap his wings if you want to. You can use this joint to move the wings a little bit more if you want to. So that's pretty cool. And you can actually move the head down if you want to. Yeah, but if you use this hinge, then you're gonna reveal the robot head and say, hi there, how are you? And you can actually open and close his mouth, which is pretty cool. That's really nice. So, his accessories, he does include a Prime armor. So, when I reviewed Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Jazz, I told you that the Prime armor had a QC issue. You can see here, there's supposed to be a pin running through the fingers. Unfortunately, there's no pin on Power of the Primes Jazz's Prime armor. See, there's no pin. They forgot to put the pin right there. It's supposed to be a pin. Anyway, so yeah, you can see here comes the hand, of course. It's the hand, and I'm having trouble flipping up the fingers. Ah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, you can actually become a hand if you want to. So there you have the hand mode. There you go. It's pretty cool. You got these spikes going on here for the Prime armor itself. Really cool. I definitely do dig it. And of course, you can take off this section to give Swoop in robot mode as a gun, or you can just, you know, plug this back in if you want to. If you take this off, then you can actually plug in your Titan Masters or Prime Masters on here, or the Enigma combination if you want to. And for starters, let's just bring in the Enigma combination from Grimlock so I can show you how this works. See how this works? There is a tab right here, and there is a slot right there. So just tab this in, and there you go. So you can put the Prime, not Prime armor, you can put the Enigma combination into the Prime armor like so. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool in my opinion. So just tap this back in, there we go. And there you have that. And another accessory that Swoop does include is his sword. So his sword is actually done in a translucent plastic with the blade and everything just painted all red except for this little post and the handle. So it's nice they actually painted the translucent plastic in red, but you know, it would have been nice if this whole thing was translucent red plastic, but it is what it is. So for storage in Dino mode, you can see there is a little port right here for this little post, and this was just plug in right there, and you know, Swoop can actually do some poking and shanking other Decepticons with his beak. I mean, he can if he wants to. And then you can actually store this in Dino mode. There are 2 tabs right here, and also there are 2 little Titan Master ports. My tongue stops working. Little Titan Master posts on the Dino mode, and you can actually plug in some Titan Masters or Prime Masters if you want to. But you can see here there are 2 slots right there, so you can actually plug this in. Just plug this in, line all that up, and there we go. And actually looks pretty good. it doesn't look ridiculous. It's actually a nice, you know, storage for the Prime armor, you know, if you want storage. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Just put this back on and just plug this off so that we can actually get down to the comparisons. And of course, here is Swoop compared with his other fellow Dinobots that I have reviewed on this channel. So you have Grimlock and Dinobot Slash, so you can see how they scale with one another, and they look pretty good together, I will say. They look pretty good together. Grimlock is like so much bigger than Swoop. I mean, he's a Voyager and he's a Deluxe, so duh, anyway. But if you want to, you can actually take Swoop and put him in a standing position. If you want, just bring this head down, just like that. Yeah, you can do that if you want to. Hey, it's a thing you can do. But anyway, so that is pretty much it for the alt mode comparisons. And I believe we are pretty much done with the Dino mode. It's nicely done, nicely painted, nicely detailed all around. So let's get down to the conversion of Swoop. So the first mode we're gonna go to is his leg mode. So to get to his leg mode is actually pretty easy. You want to untab the legs from the wings right here. Just bring all this down and just bring this down, and you want to split the legs, and you want to actually just put this out right here. This is on a double hinge, and bring all this up just like so. Oh, you gotta bring the foot up. There you go. You know, you have some clearance right there. Just bring this foot up like so. And you want to just extend this just raise this up like so, and just tab them back together, and there we go. So now you can actually take this whole section right here, just bring this down, and just take the combiner peg and just flip this up like so, and you want to bring this down like so on this hinge. Just bring this down, and there is a little tab right here for this slot to go into. So just tab this in, and there you go. So there you have Swoop fully transformed into his leg mode. And of course the feet are going to come with Grimlock, and when I have the feet right here, you can actually just plug this in. So yeah, there you have the feet. You have the leg mode there. So there you have that. So now we shall move on to his arm mode. So his arm mode shouldn't be that hard. Just untap the wings first, so you can have the clearance to unfold the legs. Just split them. Just unfold the legs and just bring them down. Unfold the legs. Just bring them down, just like so. Just tab them back together, and there you have that. So now just bring down the combiner peg, just like so. And now you want to untap his arms like so. Just bend this up, and you can see there is a slot right here for this tab to go into. So just rotate this around and just tab this in. So there you have that. Same thing on the other side. Just bring this up, rotate this around, and this will just tab in like so. And just bring this all in. Just tab this back in like so. And I think I'm doing something wrong. I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I don't know, but am I doing something wrong here? I feel like I'm doing something wrong. I think so. Hold on. Wait. Because I'm not sure if I should tap this back into the slot? I don't know. I haven't messed with this figure in a long time, so I have no idea. But, hold on. I'm gonna check something. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back, so I know what I'm doing. Just tap this. I think you're supposed to tap the wings back together, like so. Just tap them back together, and just tap it back together. There we go. And you can do whatever you want to do with the wings. You can actually bring them all the way up like that, but I prefer just to bring them down, like at the stopping point, like that. So there you go. And you want to rotate this around. Now, due to the instructions, it's supposed to rotate until you have this gap, but if you don't want to have that gap, you can always rotate this around. And you know, I mean, you can only use this joint as the elbow, but because if you rotate this around and have it like that, you do have full use of the double jointed elbow if you want to. But if you don't want to see that gap, then you can always rotate this around and just, you know, have that clean and no gap. So so what you want to do now is take the hand and just flip out the fingers. Flip out the fingers. If I can, there you go. Flip out the fingers and just bring this in. Bring this in. Do whatever you want to do with the thumbs. Pop them off. Rotate them up if you want to. So yeah. So there you have that. Just plug this in, and there you have Swoop in his arm mode. This looks like a decent arm. It's a decent arm mode. Not a great arm mode, but it's a decent arm mode. I do quite like it. Really nicely done. So I think once all the Dinobots are combined into Volcanicus, I think we get an awesome looking combiner, in my opinion. So now let's just move on to the final mode of the day. It is the Dinobots mode. So first you want to do is just rotate this around like so, and just split his legs, and there you go. There he has his legs all done. Very easy transformation. And just bring down the peg all the way down like so, and just bring this up on this hinge. There you go. And just bring this down. I like how this section is actually molded like that, you know, have this it does have this little tab sticking out for that little notch right there, so that's pretty cool. So it's supposed to tap this in. It doesn't really tab in all that securely, it just rests there. You want to untap his arms and flip out his hands, flip out his fists, flip them out, and just bring them down like so. There you have one arm all done. Same thing on the other side, just untap and just flip out the fist, bring this down like so, and there you have that. Just bring this up, and tab into place, and just bring the dino head down, and that will tab into place. And there you have Swoop, fully transformed into his robot mode, and he actually looks pretty good. Yeah, I definitely like the robot mode for this guy. Yeah, it looks nice in G1E. I do quite like it, but I do agree with some people that we really need a Studio Series 86 Swoop, and yes, we need a Studio Series 86 Swoop to top this one. But anyway, so let's get down to his head sculpt right here. Nicely done head sculpt. Nicely blue for the eyes, super paint for the face. Is it just me, or is his head just looking weird? His head is like kind of, you know, tilting to the side right here. I mean, I'm trying to straighten it, but when you straighten it, his chin looks weird. Like his chin, it's off, like literally, it's not straight. So I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong. Maybe it's the way the head is molded. I'm not entirely sure, but it's still a nicely done head sculpt. Nice black, nice reds, silver paint on the sides right here. Cool. Makes some nice silver detailing on the chest as well, with a little bit of gold paint right there, and just a little bit. So yeah. Now is got green paint for the arm section right here, which is pretty cool. I like how the dino legs, the dino claws, just end up on the robot mode legs, like on the shins. That's pretty cool. Nicely done and concealed. Yeah. And of course, you got some gaps in the legs, but I don't care about the gaps, you know. And yeah, and he has no backpack except for the wings. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That's really nice. So yeah. So his articulation, the head is on a ball joint, can do a full 360, can look up a little bit, can't really look down. the shoulders are on the ball joint. It would do a full 360, but the wings are in the way, so you can actually raise up that far. So yeah, the arms can move in and out. You do have a bicep swivel. You do have a it kind of looks like it's on the ratchet, but you don't hear the click. So it's, yeah, it has an elbow joint, like about 9 degrees of bend. So yeah, you don't really hear the clicks, even though it looks like it's on the ratchet. So yeah, you do have a hand movement, but not the wrist swivel. It can actually move inward due to transformation. There's a little ratchet joint in there, so that's pretty cool. And if you tab the Dino Beak, the Dino Home, my tongue stops working again, and I have to clear my throat. Oh man, voice cracking. So now, if you tab in the Dino head all the way, you don't have any access to the waist rotation. So you untap this, you do have access to waist rotation. So he does have a waist swivel, but you have to untap the Dino Beak, unfortunately. But anyway, so his legs are on the ball joint, can move up that far, can move back that far, and he can pretty much do the full splits, only a little bit. You do have a thigh swivel, a little bit of rotation at the hip, and you do have a knee joint, like over 9 degrees of bend, and you do have foot pivot, you can move up and down, and you do have, oh, you don't have ankle tilt, unfortunately, because the feet are actually molded in the way for Swoop to stand in that natural A stance. So, focus camera. So, now, what can you do with his weapons? So you can actually take the sword and just put it into his hand, and there you go, he's holding his sword, which is pretty cool. So now, his prime armor, what do you do with the prime armor? So you can actually take the fingers and just put this in, put that up, and there you go. So there are 2 tabs on the thumbs right here, and there are little tiny slots right on the sides of the Dino head. So just plug this in, plug that in, and there you go. He has prime armor just plugged into his chest. And yeah, that doesn't work in my opinion. It just looks weird. It just looks off. It's just a gigantic block on his chest, so I really don't want to do that. Unfortunately, it just looks ugly. Just no. If you don't want that, if you don't want to do that, there are slots on the back right here for the wings, and you can actually take this and spread it out. There are tabs right here, and just tab this in, and there you go. So you don't have to see the prime armor again. Nice of them to engineer a storage for the prime armor in robot mode, which is pretty cool. So yeah, really nice. So now let's get down to some size comparisons. Oh wait, before that, I forgot to mention that you can actually position the wings however you want. You just flip them back a little bit, or just rotate them up if you want to. I just leave them just straight like that. Anyway, so let's get down to some size comparisons. And of course, here is Swoop compared with his other fellow Dinobots that I have reviewed so far. So yeah, you have Grimlock and Slash, and yeah, in my opinion, they really look good together. I do quite like it, very much, very, yeah, really well done set of Dinobots. Can't wait to review the rest of the Dinobots, and that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So let's move on to the next comparison. And just because, here is Swoop compared with my tongue stops working again. Anyway, so what was I saying? Here is Swoop compared with the Studio Series 86 Deluxe Class Autobot Cup, and he will say, "Good part, Cup. Tell Swoop good part." That is very nice. You know, very nostalgic for Swoop's line. That's pretty cool. So that is pretty much it for the robot mode comparisons. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Dinobot Swoop. And I forgot to mention that there are ports on the sides of his forearms. You can actually plug in some weapons, or you can actually take the Prime Armor and just plug it as a shield if you want to. I forgot to show that off, but anyway, so anyway, for Swoop himself, it's a really nicely done figure. It's a decent figure for what it is. Yeah, it's a really good figure from its time. And yeah, good robot mode, really good dino mode. The articulation is kind of limited because the feet, there's no ankle tilt and there's no wrist swivel, but unfortunately, you get what you have, so yeah, you work what you have, but anyway. But yeah, nicely detailed, nicely painted all around. pretty posable, you know, yeah, pretty posable. Nice sword, nice prime armor, although the prime armor just sucks as a prime armor because when you plug it into his chest, it just looks like a gigantic block, so, yeah. And the combined modes, they look really decent. They look really decent. I do quite like the combined mode, so I think the whole combined mode for Volcanicus is gonna look great. It's gonna look awesome in my opinion. So that's pretty cool. So, yes, we need a Studio Series 86 Swoop right now, but still this is a really nice representation of G1 Swoop himself. So, and I think that's pretty much it for forgot to rank him. As far as ranking Swoop from a scale of 1 to 10, I think I'll just give him a good 8 out of 10. So yeah, he's not perfect. He could have been better, but still nicely done. So 8 out of 10. Nice job, Hasbro. You really did a good job with this figure. So. And I think that's pretty much it for today's video review. So ladies and gentlemen, if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well so that you know when my new videos are up and ready. And you can always check out my Power of the Primes playlist for any videos you may have missed, so I'll post a link to that playlist in the description down below as well. And if you are looking for a Dinobot Swoop of your own for your collection, you can always find him online, use eBay or bigbadtoystore.com. But any use for bigbadtoystore.com, you can use that website for any availability for your other figures like Kingdom, Siege, Earthrise, Studio Series, Cyberverse, whatever you want. So yeah. So I'll still post a link to that website in the description down below. So, and I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So they have the Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Dinobot Swoop, and this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out.